We had talked about there was that West Coast trip where the defense sputtered a little bit. Cavs are putting up a 100.7 defensive rating in their last 3 games. For the season, it's 107, second best in the league. But you kind of heard J.B. Bickerstaff after that kind of, we got to get back to doing what we do. And that stat right there, that tweet right there shows you that they are getting back to the way they want to play.
Yeah, and I think you can see it stylistically. They're being more physical on the defensive end of the floor. They're more active on the defensive end of the floor. The closeouts are more precise, and they're not as lazy the way that they were. There aren't as many avenues to the paint like we saw during that West Coast trip. For about a week and a half, the Cavs were an awful defensive team, Dave. There is no way around it. And I think one of the most important things that happened to them was the first loss against the Milwaukee Bucks. They gathered inside the visitors' locker room at Fiserv Forum, and they talked for 30 to 45 minutes about accountability, about taking personal challenge, about being a better defensive team, communicating more. And had they not lost to Milwaukee the way that they did, had they not had that gathering in that locker room, I'm not sure they're where they are right now. So I think that also goes to show that these kinds of teams, and the Cavs are still a relatively young and inexperienced team, sometimes they have to learn through failure, right? And they have failed at times, and I think they're going to continue to fail at times in the second half of the season and as this season progresses. But the most important thing is that you can show that you can make those changes once failure happens, and you can learn from those things. And I think the evidence is there that the Cavs learned from that losing streak, that if they go away from who they are at their foundation, a defensive first team, they're not going to be great.